Hi, I'm Cameron and welcome to Mootopia MMIV. In this episode, we'll be doing a rundown of the top 10 appearance makers for MK Dons since the club moved. So let's get cracking. We start the rundown at number 10 and Sean O'Hanlon. Sean was with the Dons from 2006 until 2011. So although I did see him play, I was one when he left, and my memory of this 6'2" frame in the back line is a little bit hazy. Having started out at Premier League, also runs Everton, Sean was forced to move to get first team football, playing for Swindon before joining the Dons and being a vital part of the team, which won the Football League trophy and League Two title in 2008. He played 182 times for the Dons before being released after we were cheated out of playoff final by some devious reffing decisions against Peterborough in 2011. Number 9 on our list is super striker Isel McLeod. Isel played 188 games over two spells after signing from Derby County in 2004 and Barnet in 2013. Bizarrely, for a player that scored so many goals, he's rarely mentioned as a great former player by the fans. But to be fair, even my own memory of him goes to the miss against us from the spots when he was at Crawley, and not the great finish at Sixfield against the Cobblers. In 8th is a player my dad tells me was immensely talented, but also a real Marmite player with the fans. Another of the team that won the Football League trophy and League Two title. Aaron Wilbraham was sold to Norwich City in 2011. A signing which at first appeared like Norwich had lost the plot, but eventually proved what a talent he was, helping Norwich to win promotion to the Prem and featuring for them in the top flight too. Wilbraham made a not too shabby 204 appearances between 2005 and 2011. In a moment of symmetry, at number 7 is our former number 7, Stephen Gleeson. Stephen initially arrived on loan at the Moo Camp from Wolves in 2009, before signing permanently later that year. A player loved by the fans for his energy, commitment and apparent furious rage whenever he went on the pitch. He also scored the forgotten goal against AFC when we first played them. The former Republic of Ireland international eventually left the Dons in the summer of 2014 for Birmingham City. After years of staying because this is our year, ironically the club got promoted that season, so maybe he was the Jonah. He is currently gracing Hitchin Town's team. Gleeson played 206 games in a period of constant rebuilding. Number 6 is a player who once asked my then 2-month-old sister, "So who's your favourite player?" I bet it's not me, at an autograph signing. As it turns out, Dean Bojic was right. My sister was in love with Dean Lewington ever since she could talk, even demanding to come home from Florida when she was 5 because I just want to see Dean Lewington, okay? Bode was versatile attacker who played right across Robbo's front four, but was usually played on the left. This despite his best performances coming as a number 10. Dean was eventually a victim of the Scottish blokes' rush to change everything at the club, apparently including which division we played in. Between 2011 and 2017, Bojic played 227 games and more than helped when the Dons reached the championship. Number 5 is a player who my dad's mate Alex, who's a West Ham fan, once asked, does he still get subbed after 70 minutes? Of course, the answer to that is no. At the Dons, Luke Chadwick was subbed after 65 minutes. Luke started his career at Manchester United and spent most of his playing career in the top 2 divisions. Joined MK Dons on loan in 2008. He then returned permanently in 2009 until leaving for his boyhood club, Cambridge United, in 2014. A player we almost certainly wouldn't have seen in League One without the injury problems that plagued him for years. Chadwick was a fan favourite who is almost certainly the only pro who drove a smart car to work. Over his 2 spells, Luke played 246 times for the club. Number 4 is my dad's man crush, Darren Potter. Potter was probably the best midfielder I'd seen in a Don shirt until Matt O'Reilly and Josh McEachran arrived, with the exception of when he was mugged by Joey Barton against Burnley in the Championship. I never saw him make a mistake. Often the target for criticism for passing back or sideways by the fans who didn't understand that's what he was being asked to do by Robbo. In my opinion, he wasn't truly appreciated until he was replaced with Ous Cisse. That's right, Robbie Nielsen replaced Darren Potter with Ous Cisse. Soak that in, Dons fans. This Champions League winner and Republic of Ireland international played 263 times between 2011 and 2017. Moving on to number 3, Daniel Powell, a player who, if he could have just followed instructions, could have gone to a higher level. Coming through the Dons youth system, Powell was an epitome of inconsistency, but when he was on his game, he was nearly unplayable. Fast, strong, tricky, or had no idea what he was going to do next, depending on who you ask. After leaving the Dons, he went to Crewe, who he helped out of League 2 and remain in League 1, before being released and heading to Barnet. Daniel played 263 times in 2008 and 2017. At number 2, it's probably the fans' second most loved player, and a player me and my brother worshipped until he left in 2017, David Martin. Always an 8 out of 10 between the sticks. Very rarely let the team down, and on top of it, was a really nice bloke whenever I was lucky enough to talk to him. An important part of the team that beat Manchester United 4-0 and got promoted to the Championship. Martin had 2 spells with the Dons. Firstly, as a member of the squad that moved up with Wimbledon in 2003. Then after moving to Liverpool, he returned in 2010 to become the second name on this team sheet after the guy who's next on this list, leaving the Dons for his boyhood club after being released in 2017, by which point he had made 341 appearances. Number 1 is going to be a surprise for anyone that doesn't even have a passing interest in football. Arise, Sir Dean Lewington of Kingston. For a player who has been labelled both slow and past it by our very knowledgeable fan base for most of my life, he's done alright in getting 854 games, the first name on every manager's team sheet, other than the bloke currently in charge of Hearts. A player for who the word legend doesn't seem enough. Some players consider consistency 7 out of 10, but Dean Lewington has been a steady 9 out of 10 for 22 years. Players have literally left because they could see no way of reaching his standard at the game. The biggest praise players can get is when opposition fans give you pelters. Dean has got loads. his tally will hopefully increase this season and could well reach 900 if we have a good season. That's this video all wrapped up. Leave a comment if you want, give me a like and subscribe. Until next time, come on you Dons!